Good morning, distinguished dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and participants. Welcome you all in the International Conference on MSMEs Embracing to Circular Economy, organized by Federation of Small and Medium Industries, West Bengal FOSMI, supported by Ministry of MSME, Government of India. We are honored to have you all with us today. Without further lapse of time, let's begin this journey by the lighting of the lamp ceremony. But before that, may I request all to put your mobile phone in silent mode. May I request all dignitaries, our esteemed guests and the speakers to join for the lighting of the lamp ceremony. Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, President FOSMI, Mr. U. Sarup, IAS Director, Directorate of MSME, Government of West Bengal, Mr. P.K. Das, Joint Director, MSME DFO Kolkata, Ministry of MSME, Government of India, Professor Dr. Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, Mr. Vladimir Mariev, Mr. Janaka Warren Singhi, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Panjiar, Mr. Samantha Kumarasena, Mr. Hemant Sharma, Mr. Alok Mukherjee, Chairman, FOSMI Advisory Board, and Mr. A.K. Sengupta, Secretary, FOSMI.
কি হয়েছে গায়ে হাত দিচ্ছেন কেন? ঠিক আছে আপনি কাজ করুন না, আপনি আটকাবেন না আমাকে। প্রেস চুপচাপ থাকুন, গভর্নমেন্টের, আপনি সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টের ব্যাপার। স্যার লিটল বিট রাউন্ড স্যার।
Thank you. May I request President FOSMI, Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, to kindly be on the dais and take his seat. I now request our Chief Guest, Mr. U. Sarup, IAS Director, Directorate of MSME, Government of West Bengal, to kindly take his seat. I should inform that our guest of honor, Mr. D. Mitra, Director in charge and HOD, MSME DFO Kolkata, could not join us as he had to leave for outstation on urgent assignment. However, Mr. P.K. Das, Joint Director, MSME DFO Kolkata, Minister of MSME, Government of India, has kindly consented to be the guest of honor, and I request Mr. P.K. Das to kindly take his seat. May I request Mr. Alok Mukherjee, Chairman, FOSMI Advisory Board, to kindly be on the dais and take his seat. May I now request our session chair of today's conference, Professor Dr. Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, DG, SD and CE Research Center, International Society of Waste Management, formerly Dean, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Jadavpur University, to kindly be on the dais. Lastly, may I request Mr. A.K. Sengupta, Secretary FOSMI, to kindly be on the dais and take his seat. Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly request your attention as we stand together to honor our nation. Please rise for the national anthem, a symbol of unity and pride. Let us join in singing as we celebrate the spirit of our great country.
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkal Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Ujjala Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you. We will now felicitate our distinguished dignitaries on the dais with bouquet of flowers and uttoriyos. May I request Mr. Vishwan Bhattacharya, our President, to present bouquet of flower and uttoriyo to our chief guest, Mr. U. Saruf. I request our President to present bouquet of flower and uttoriyo to our guest of honor, Mr. P.K. Das, Joint Director, MSME DFO, Kolkata, Ministry of MSME, Government of India. I request Mr. Naresh Goyal, Council Member FOSMI, to present bouquet of flower to the Session Chair, Professor Dr. Sadhan Kumar Ghosh. I request President FOSMI to present bouquet of flower to Mr. Alok Mukherjee, Chairman FOSMI Advisory Board. We have immense pleasure that we have with us today Mr. Hemant Sharma from Ministry of MSME, Government of India, and I request Mr. Naresh Goyal to present bouquet of flower and uttoriyo to Mr. Hemant Sharma. Thank you. May I now request our President, Mr. Vishwan Bhattacharya, for his welcome address.
Good morning. Mr. U. Sharup, IS, Director of MSME, Government of West Bengal. Mr. P.K. Das, Joint Director, MSME DFO, Kolkata. Mr. Alok Mukherjee, Chairman, FOSMI Advisory Board. Ms. Professor Sadhan Ghosh, Director General, Sustainable Development and Center, Circular Economy, ISW, MAW. Mr. Hemant Sharma, our esteemed guest from Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Distinguished dignitaries, speakers, esteemed participants from industry, associations, MSME faculty, and ladies and gentlemen. I, on behalf of our Federation, extend heartiest welcome to all of you on today's International Conference on MSME, Embracing to Circular Economy, being conducted by FOSMI under the approval of Ministry of MSME, Government of India. At the outset, we express our deep gratitude to Ministry of MSME, Government of India for entrusting us the responsibility of holding today's international conference. As we move forward with the conference proceedings, I feel it is a privilege to introduce our Federation before our honorable guests and participants. Federation of Small and Medium Industries, West Bengal, Kolkata, popularly known as FOSMI, is the oldest federation of micro, small and medium enterprises, now known as MSMEs, and serving the sector over last 6 decades. We are a recognized federation of both central and state government and having our representation in various important committees and councils of both state and central government formed for the development of MSMEs. Our federation is actively involved in many productive activities to support the Indian MSMEs. FOSMI on many occasions have participated in international events, and recent past FOSMI was a part of Going Global collaborative project on circular economy on small and medium-sized enterprises conducted by Aston University, UK under the British Council collaboration. FOSMI is the one-stop solution for MSMEs, symbolizing crucial support and representation in this sector. Ladies and gentlemen, we all assemble today to address a crucial aspect of our economic landscape: micro, small and medium enterprise and their pivotal role in embracing circular economy. MSMEs from the backbone of our economy, contributing significantly to the employment and fostering innovation. However, as we navigate an era of environment challenges, it is imperative that we rethink our business models. The circular economy presents a sustainable solution emphasizing importance of reducing waste and minimizing resources efficiency. India aspires by 2025 to be $5 trillion economy that would generate business and new entrepreneurs. This would increase resources and energy consumption and waste generation. To achieve the largest target of a $5 trillion economy in tune with the Sustainable Development Principle, it is necessary to ensure low carbon footprint for climate change. Principles of circular economy will be the key driver to achieve this mission. Circular system emphasizes reuse, repair, refurbish, remanufacture and recycle, therefore minimizing wastes that reach landfills, reducing carbon emission and utilizing clean energy. MSME have the ability to embrace new developments such as circular economy. In the last 3 years, we withstand many businesses, particularly MSMEs, rapidly adopting innovative technologies and participated to remain relevant in competitive. MSMEs are increasingly embracing the principles of circular economy to drive sustainability and innovation in their business. As we honor the importance of MSMEs and the role they play in the economy, let us also recognize the challenges they face, particularly in accessing financing and technology. In building an enabling environment for MSMEs to thrive in a circular economy, government must put in place a long-term strategy and implement balanced actions that create strong economic incentives. These endeavors should be supported by good governance and close stakeholder engagement, investment in infrastructure and technology, as well as human resource development. Friends, I believe today's session, MSME Embracing to Circular Economy, would be very interesting and informative out of the shared knowledge and experience of our eminent speakers. The session will definitely help our participating units from MSME fraternity to understand the subject and how important is the concept of circular economy for sustainable development and growth. I wish every success of the conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome address. May I request our chief guest, Mr. U. Sarup, IAS, Directorate of MSME, Government of West Bengal, and all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly uncover and release today's conference abstract. May I request all to kindly give a big round of applause on this momentous occasion, as this occasion would signify the essence of today's conference. Thank you. May I now request Mr. Alok Mukherjee, Chairman, FOSMI Advisory Board, to give his address to the August gathering.
A very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Although I'm, you can say, both in and out of FOSMI, but as advisory board chairman of FOSMI, I'm in close touch with it. So on my own behalf and on behalf of FOSMI, apart from what the president will welcome you, I welcome you all to this. Thank you for being here on a subject which should be extremely interesting, particularly for MSME, and I'll try to explain why. The circularity of economy has been, it's not a new concept, it's quite an old concept, but the point is that the implementation has not been so much there. All over the world, a lot of work has been done, but still there is much more to be done. For MSME, I think it is very, very little work has been done on circularity. Professor Shadam Ghosh is an authority on that. And we have worked also with another gentleman, Mr. Prashanto Dey. He works from a university in England, and he also worked with some members of MSME here to do something on circularity. Now, the circular economy is not a matter of fashion or style of the current vague or something like that. You know, this world has some resources. Our planet Earth has some resources. And we survive by taking the resources, whether it's food, whether it's metal, whether it's anything else, we take the resources. Now the population has been so much, and we have exploited these resources so with an abundant manner almost all over the years, that the earth will not be able to provide us with these resources anymore unless we take action. And one of the major action is circularity. Circularity, the name might appear new to some, but it's a question of basically recycling. You know, steel is a material which is probably recycled most. So unless, again, we will not get enough ore in this world to make steel out of it, unless we recycle. And today most of the steel plants will go to circularity by recycling more and more. And that will mean that we don't throw it away. We have brought a danger, disaster on us because of throwing away things. The less you throw away, the more you have chance of survival. And it's really a question of survival. Today we are not feeling it, but by the second half of this century, this will become a question of survival. And therefore, it is very much necessary that we get ourselves acquainted with this, how to do this. MSME is a major part of the industry in this country, in many countries. If you go to Germany, they are so proud of their Mittelstand. They call it Mittelstand, the small and medium-sized company. And they are so proud of them for their performance, for their technology, for how they are implementing it. And I am sure we can take our own MSMEs, like all of you here, to that stage when India as a nation can be very proud of them and can show it to the other nations as an example. So, another main thing that we must know in this connection, that we have to increase the resource efficiency. Resource is limited. What is the resource? Everything. Whether we eat, whether we make steel, whether we make coal, anything. You have to take it from the earth. Now, how much you are using of that resource, how much you are throwing it away or wasting, that is the main point. You see, if 5 kg of, say iron ore, make 2.5 kg of steel, it is not good enough. We have to make that 2.5 by technology, make that 2.5 into maybe 3.5 or 4. Only then mankind has a chance to survive. I will say even survive by the second half of the century, as I said. So this resource efficiency is one of the most important things, and one of the ways to achieve that very well is circularity of economy. So I want the small scale industries here to please remember that they are a major part of the economy of this country, and to remain as a major part, to contribute to the economy of this country as they have been doing, they have to adopt circularity. And I am sure that all the MSMEs here, they are aware of this. and with the help of organizations like FOSMI, organizations like Government of India has a lot of schemes for MSME. So with all these, I'm sure that we will be able to see much more prosperous, developed MSMEs in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind address. May I request Mr. Soumitra De, Council Member FOSMI, to present memento to Mr. Alok Mukherjee. Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Hemant Sharma, Minister of MSME, Government of India, to briefly outline the MSME schemes. Sir, please come.
Respected all the dignitaries present on the dais, participating MSMEs and all others present here. A very warm good morning to all of you. I am Hemant Sharma, Section Officer, Ministry of MSME, looking after the International Cooperation Scheme. First of all, I would like to congratulate FOSMI for organizing this international conference, MSMEs Embracing to Circular Economy. Since this is being organized in partnership with Ministry of MSME, under the International Cooperation Scheme specifically, so I would give a very brief idea about what is this IC scheme all about. As you all know that Indian MSMEs are the backbone of the country. They have a substantial share in GDP, as well as increasingly they have a role and a higher percentage in exports too. So, however, we are not able to untap the export potential of MSMEs due to certain reasons, that is lack of awareness of the export market, correct export market, trade related information, as well as higher testing and quality charges. So in order to address these issues, Ministry of MSMEs has derived and revised the International Cooperation Scheme guidelines in 2021, and there are three aspects which have been covered in the new guidelines. First of all, the core aim, the core objective of our IC scheme is to capacity build MSMEs to enter in the export market. What we want is that more and more MSMEs should explore new markets and try to sell their products outside India and have a very good share in the exports too. For that reason, basically there are three interventions under the IC scheme. First of all, we are supporting MSMEs by participation in the international fairs and exhibitions outside India. Big fairs in various countries are organized, and we support through industry associations. MSMEs can go there, purchase stall, sell their products, do B2Bs and networking. By this way, we financially assist them by reimbursing the stall charges, the airfares, etc. to these MSMEs. This is one of the way in which we help MSMEs to enter the export market. Second is organizing this type of conferences, international conferences, just to make you aware how the ministry itself functions under the IC scheme. The second component was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister on 30th June 2022. That is a new component, and on the basis of inputs received from various stakeholders, we added this component. This is capacity building of first time micro and small exporters. In this, basically that whenever you export a product, there are certain charges you need to pay. Ministry, by the way of CBFT component, has tried to reimburse these charges which are paid on the export oriented costs. So here we pay RCMC charges, registration for membership fees, which is paid to export promotion councils. Ministry has signed MOUs with 20 export promotion councils for that. So that whenever you pay the RCMC charges, we shall reimburse that cost. Second is you mandatorily required to have the export insurance premium. That export insurance premium paid to ECGC, Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, we reimburse that premium too. Third is the testing and quality charges. As I told you, it is very high, and many at times, MSMEs are not able to export their product because the testing quality charges is very high. So we also reimburse that cost through NSIC, National Small Industries Corporation Limited. Now the third component is also very instrumental. The third component is intelligence market information dissemination. Under this component, ministry is trying to build a central knowledge repository containing information related to tariff lines, to exports of each country, the HS codes, the sector-wise information of around 24 products which you export. So what do we want this? Every MSME should have an idea as to which product should they export, in which country, which should be a target country, which should be a target market. So all these informations, IMID, is being developed. It is under pipeline, and we are in consultation with our stakeholders, and this the name is basically GMIS, Global Market Intelligence System. So we are in a consultation with stakeholders, and once this portal is developed, each MSME can take benefit and access all information, major information relating to export tariff lines from this portal. So these are basically three components by which our ministry is supporting MSCs and MSMEs to export, to increase their export and capacity they build themselves. So now many MSMEs either present here must have known these components, must have known about IC scheme or not. But I would just request all of you to please visit our website ic.msme.gov.in, ministry's website. Just see the guidelines, see how can you avail these benefits, and please approach to us, because we are ready to welcome you with open arms. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Mr. P.K. Das, Joint Director, MSME DFO, Kolkata, to address the August gathering. But before that, I request Mr. Saurabh Poddar to give memento to Mr. Hemant Sharma. Mr. Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, Professor Dr. Sadhan Kumar Ghosh will forward this technical session, so that I request Mr. P.K. Das for his kind address.
Good morning. Respected today's chief guest, Mr. U. Swarup, IAS, Director of MSME, Government of West Bengal, dignitaries on the dais, and dear participants. Today's national conference is special type conference that is called MSME Embracing to Circular Economy. It's a specific program from IC Department, International Cooperation Scheme of Ministry of MSME. Before that, let me introduce our department, that is Office of DC MSME New Delhi, that is our head office at New Delhi, having under the Ministry of MSME, Government of India, having headquarters at all the state. In West Bengal, we got our headquarters at Kolkata. It has 4 branches. One is Dukapur, Siuri, Siliguri, and also Andaman is controlled by this office. Basic purpose of this office is to promote, handhold, and guide to MSME sector, and those who are coming for MSME sector to set up the MSME sector, or those who are doing business in MSME sector, how to promote them. In this line, I think what is MSME department, what is MSME sector doing, I can give you some light how MSME is doing in India and worldwide. Why we are talking about MSME sector? One critical section is, that is critical contribution of MSME to broader social economic objectives, including job creation, makes them a key priorities area for achieving the sustainable development goals under UN protocol. It has given UN protocol, we should go for sustainable development goal. Job creation through MSME will often directly benefit the poor and vulnerable, particularly women and youth, thereby directly reducing poverty, increasing income, and positivity impacting on household investment in education and health over time. MSME development has the potential for wide and reaching impacts on SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goal, globally, including SDG 1, end poverty, SDG 2, zero hunger, SDG 3, good health and well-being, SDG 5, gender equality, SDG 8, promote inclusive and sustainable economic growth, employment and decent work, SDG 9, improve sustainable industrial and fostering innovation. So we can think about how sustainable development goal under UN, it has given so many areas to come up, and it has given the opportunity to MSME sector can tap this opportunity. Coming back to India, you know, micro, small, medium enterprises, that is called MSME, in India play a vital role in fostering economic growth and inclusivity in India. The terms MSME encompasses a spectrum of enterprises, is contributing significantly to economic industrial landscape. This sector, characterized by its diverse range of business, has become a cornerstone of economic development, driving innovation, generation employment, and empowering entrepreneurs across the nation. This guide explores the intricacies of MSMEs, shedding light on their meaningful form, distinctive features, importance, and the pivotal role they play in shaping India's economic landscape. Understanding MSME is essential for comprehending the dynamics and inclusive nature of India's business environment. Now we cover the COVID period, that is 2020, 21, 22. It's a very remarkable area. We cover that way and do resilience, how we cover up that way. It is a very much encouraging for us to look back how we cover up this COVID period, and now we are going to the 5 trillion economic scale. With this, moreover, their ability to quick pivotal operation during COVID pandemic showcased their adaptability and determination. I think you will be happy to note that now India gross domestic product during 2019-20, 2021-22, it is around 30% from MSME sector, and it has share of manufacturing output. Manufacturing output for MSME sector, it is around 36%. As per record, we got more than 6 crores of MSME unit, under which 96% is micro industries, of which employment as on August 2023, it is more than 12 crore. That means in each and every micro industry, you can find out there are average of 2% employed in that industry. In that way, Government of India coming up, today's session is called Circular, Embracing Circular Economy. I can tell you, recently we have Government of India changed one specific scheme, that is called MSME Champion Scheme. It has got 3 areas. One is innovative, MSME innovative scheme, another is sustainable scheme, and it is competitive scheme. Champion scheme is basically to elevate this MSME units to go from grassroots level to champions level. If Government of India is coming up with any sort of support system, means MSME unit holders, they are going to get at least 65% to 100% support system from Government of India to adapt that type of scheme to go up to champions level. I told you this is area of three areas: innovative scheme, competitive scheme, and sustainable scheme. That means what you are doing. Today we are talking about circular economy. That means whatever you are doing activities, that should not be what can I say? That should not come back to the industry for reshaping that. That way, one specific scheme is there that is called Z scheme, zero defect, zero effect. Whatever you are doing, that should be minimum impact to the environment. Scheme means Government of India giving you support to enhance your border level, lower level to the highest level, the champions level. That means your company should be as per world-class standard. That is called sustainable scheme. If I go that way, Government of India has given a lot of support system for this MSME sector. For participants of this program, I can tell you specific two, three programs I can tell you. Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Launched in 2020, this initiative aims to make India self-reliant by promoting local manufacturing, supporting innovative and enhancing competitiveness. It includes measures such as access to credit, ease of doing business, and capacity building programs for MSME sector. Under this scheme, there are a lot of schemes over there. MSME sector can take up the benefit of this. Another scheme has come up that is called Digital India Campaign. The government's Digital India program promotes the adoption of digital technology by small business. Initiatives like digital payment platform, e-marketplaces, and digital skill development program have facilitated MSMEs transition into the digital economy. It is very encouraging. After COVID, you can see payment is being taken by Fuchkawala by digital mode. It's very encouraging. If I go to grocery shop, they are taking payment through digital mode. Whenever I used to go small shops, I used to take my phone only. No cash is required. Recently, Government of India announced if you go to France, you can pay by digital mode. That means MSME sector has come up in general, and broader sense, it is coming a digital mode to pay the payments to the whatever required you can pay that way. Another area has reform, GST reforms. The introduction of goods and service tax has simplified the tax structure for MSMEs, reducing the compliances burden and promoting a more transparent business environment. It has streamlined supply chains and improved overall efficiency. So three areas, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, digital campaign, and GST reforms has given the wings to the MSME sector in India. Those who are doing business, they can understand what is going on, and next stage they are going to get the benefit out of this. I can highlight some scheme that can be helpful for you, whatever announcement has been given. Rupees 5 lakh crore emergency credit line scheme for business including MSMEs has been announced. Rupees 50,000 crore equity infusion through MSME Self-Reliance India Fund. It has been infused for MSME sector. New revised criteria for classification of MSMEs. You know everybody that MSMEs classification has been changed. No global tender for procurement up to 200 crores. 200 crores for no outside tendering process. Launching of online portal champions in June 2020 to cover many aspects of e-governance including grievances redressal and handling of MSME sector. Champions portal is a area. Your grievances, your requirements, your thought process can be put up over there, and it can be sorted out very soon. Because all PSUs, all bankers, and all stakeholders are under this Champions portal. Inclusion of retail and wholesale trades as MSME, it has been effective from 2nd July 2021. In MSME purview, it was only manufacturing and services. Now it is your retail and wholesale. Non-tax benefits extended for 3 years in case of upward change of status for MSME sector. rollout of raising and accelerating MSME performance, RAM program with outlay of 6,000 crores next 5 years. RAM scheme is there to accelerate the MSME sector. Another, I will closing it. Launching of Udyam assisted platform. It has been launched in 11th of June 2023 to bring the informal micro enterprises under the formal ambit of availing benefit under priority sector lending. With these few words, I think you can understand MSME has given the lots of emphasis from Government of India so that they can come up with champions for all class. How can go for that? That way Government of India is trying for that. With these few words, I thank FOSMI giving me opportunity to say few words on this august gathering. I thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your kind address, sir. May I request our President, Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, to present memento to the guest of honor, Mr. P.K. Das, for his gracious presence in the conference. May I now request our chief guest, Mr. U. Sarup, IAS, Directorate of MSME, Government of West Bengal, for his kind address.
Dignitaries in the dais, distinguished guests, entrepreneurs, and industry captains. I first of all thank FOSMI to have organized this international session on circular economy. It is a very interesting upcoming concept, and I'm glad that Government of India is supporting you, which shows how robust FOSMI is. And a special thanks to Vishwanath Bhattacharya ji, not only in his role in FOSMI, but he's a very dear colleague of us in MSE Facilitation Council. If you have any issues of delayed payment, please do approach him, get hold of him. He'll promise you payment within 90 days. Such a pivotal role he's playing there. It's difficult for me to fathom so much time he's giving for conciliation and arbitration because he feels the pain. He knows how difficult it is when an MSME's a payment is stuck with a buyer. So please do approach him for any delayed payment issues. We are there to help you out on behalf of state government. And please get yourself registered in Udyam. I would request FOSMI to take up this. The Udyam Assist platform is there where you don't need a PAN card and all. That's for micro. Not for micro, but nano sector, but for FOSMI, for the stature of FOSMI, I think all of you should be Udyam registered, because all facilities you get from Government of India and from state government would be based on Udyam. So it is a very easy platform to get registered, and please would request FOSMI to take up this in priority. And so coming to circular economy, the traditional idea of make and dispose, I think we have to focus on recycling and refurbishing. But the critical challenge is basically the economic viability, and how much the economic viability will help entrepreneurs to adopt these new practices. I'd seen the list of panelists. I think I should congratulate FOSMI to have brought all these people in one place. A lot of people are joining virtually also. I think it would be a good learning session, especially this topic on how to make industrial estates sustainable. I think our department will be very much interested because we have around 52 industrial estates under us. So I would request FOSMI to give us a policy paper after this, stating that what are the key learnings, what do you expect from government. Basically government capacity building, we prefer to leave it to chambers and industry people. Government we would like to give incentives. Basically, that is what I think you are also interested in. If I do this, what incentive will I get? Recently, we have in our Bangladeshi policy, Bangladeshi is our incentive scheme. I would request all of you to check our website on what are the scheme provisions. It has been made very simplified, and not only for new industries which come up, but existing industry. You want to purchase a new plant, or you want to purchase or you are taking a new loan, we are ready to give subsidy. So we have brought changes in 2022. So the new Bangladeshi scheme, it is very, very advantageous to you all. So I would request you to go through the scheme, and even if you are expanding, you can apply to us, and we give you, if you put your industries in a backward region, up to 75% of your plant and machinery will get reimbursed from us. So you can go through the scheme and connect with us, and FOSMI can even, I would request Vishwanath ji to give us the list of people whose incentives are pending. A lot of people would have applied, and their incentives would have been pending because COVID period till 2022 there were no incentives given. We had stopped it due to financial crunch. Now we have again started giving. So because this is a 5-year benefit, not only for the first year you get the benefit for, it's a continuous benefit for 5 years, right? Starting from stamp duty and stamp duty rebate and all that. What I would request FOSMI to do also is that for getting into a circular economy, there might be some cost involved. So just let us know if that cost can be reimbursed through incentive or through a subsidy. So end of it, what we need is some actionable thing from government. Probably there might be some compliances required for transforming into a circular economy. So some licenses required. So we can simplify it or we can eliminate. Probably a few provisions have to be eliminated. Few provisions which have to be decriminalized, or some provisions which have to be struck down. These provisions, because you are the people who are doing business. We in government, nobody is involved in any business, so we don't have any idea of where are the pain points for business. Only when chambers and associations like you come and tell us that this is where the pain point is. I was telling Vishwanath ji, Bangladeshi program, Bangladeshi incentive scheme, we had allowed expansion of existing units. This idea was brought by FOSMI only. So only when you come and tell us where the problem lies, we would be able to help you. So once again, I thank FOSMI for inviting me, and you have a very good panel discussion here. So without much ado, I congratulate you all, and I expect a policy paper or an outcome after this session, which could be given to us, so that it would be a learning experience for us, and we would do something actionable on it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. May I request our President, Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, to present memento to Mr. U. Saru for his gracious presence in the occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded our inaugural part of the conference. May I request our Secretary, Mr. A.K. Sengupta, to propose vote of thanks.
Good morning. Distinguished dignitaries, esteemed speakers, participants from industry associations and from MSME fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. As we draw the curtains on the inaugural ceremony of the International Conference on MSMEs, Embracing to Circular Economy, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for gracing the inaugural ceremony of the conference. Your presence has enriched this event to making it a momentous occasion. It is indeed an honor to stand before you as we embark in this enlightening journey. I would express profound appreciations to our esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. U. Sarup, and Guest of Honor, Mr. P.K. Das, and Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, and Mr. Alok Mukherjee, our Chairman, FOSMI Members Board, whose presence has elevated the significance of this event. Your wisdom and insight have set the tone what promised to be a transformative conference. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this momentous occasion. Wishing everyone a successful and enriching conference. Thank you.
Thank you all. We will now have a short tea break for 10 minutes, and after that we will move forward towards technical plenary session 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now start our 2 technical plenary sessions. Honorable Professor Dr. Sadhun Kumar Ghosh is the session chair for the plenary sessions. I am pleased to introduce Professor Dr. Sadhun Kumar Ghosh. Professor Ghosh is the Director General, Sustainable Development and Circular Economy Research Center, ISWMAW, and formerly the Dean, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Jadavpur University. He was the Director of CVWE, Government of India. He is the pioneer and consultant in the field of circular economy adoption in industries including MSMEs, having experience of adopting CE in more than 100 MSMEs in India. He is a renowned personality in the field of waste management, circular economy, supply chain sustainability in industries, green manufacturing, supply chain management, sustainable development, co-processing of hazards and MSW, plastics and e-waste management and recycling, ISO standards and TQM, having collaboration in more than 30 countries. He serves Larsen & Toubro Limited and the Gramophone Company of India Limited. He is the international consultant of the United Nations Center for Regional Development, Asian Productivity Organization, Japan, China Productivity Council, Taiwan, the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, Japan, and SSEEP, Sri Lanka. He wrote 260 research articles and 50 edited volumes of books, received several awards. He is the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Solid Waste Technology and Management and associate editor of Journal of Material Cycles and Waste Management. May I invite our speakers, Mr. Vladimir Mariev and Mr. Pankaj Kumar Panjiar, to join the technical plenary session 1. May I request Mr. D.K. Mohta, past President, FOSMI, to give Uttorio and flowers to Mr. Vladimir Mariev. May I request Mr. S.K. Kedia, Vice President FOSMI, to present flower and uttorio to Mr. Pankaj Kumar Panjiar. Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Ghosh to give his introductory remarks and start the session.
Very good morning. It's my real pleasure that we are holding a full day program on circular economy and how to adopt circular economy in MSME. I am really pleased because we involved FOSMI in several activities for last maybe more than 1 decade. I am working with FOSMI from 2002 or 3, if I am correct. And FOSMI is very positive with respect to the adoption of new things. We had a number of projects which were funded by Royal Society of Engineering UK, British Council UK, and Erasmus Plus, and each of the project was participated by FOSMI members and some of the units. the last one, the Going Global project, the collaborative project between industry and academia, which is funded by British Council, one FOSMI unit holder visited UK to learn what is happening in the UK industries in last year possibly. And I thank the President, Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, and the team in FOSMI for their very, very positive attitude towards any improvement. And for that, I request all of you to give a big clap to Mr. Bhattacharya and the team in FOSMI. What is circular economy? I request all of you to please take your seat and don't disturb, please. Please take your seat. Circular economy, what is it? If you think that circular economy is only recycling of the material, you are wrong. Circular economy adoption in any industry, I mean, there is no difference between MSME or big industries with respect to the implementation of circular economy. But most importantly, whenever you think of implementation of circular economy, initially you can take care of the recycling, but you have to be matured with the paradigm shift in the conceptual design to the disposal. That is circular economy. And I have given some of the points in this booklet, the beautifully designed booklet, some of the salient features which you can try to adopt in your organization, which will lead to the circular economy. The project which I was referring, Going Global, I have worked with 50 SMEs throughout India. Tirupati, the industrial park, Vizag, Kolkata, Mumbai and Delhi. Some assorted 5-6 SMEs over there. The experience is very nice for me. And the industries who were involved in this for nearly 1 year, they were really enchanted, and they came out with a very significant amount of outcome by the implementation of circular economy. You know, I'll give you some of the salient points of implementation of circular economy. What is your benefit? India could reach 45 billion US dollar by 2030 if circular economy can be implemented effectively. Adopting circular economy, India may save 624 billion of USD by 2050 across food sector, agriculture, construction, mobility, fashion, rare earth element and manufacturing. These are the most promising area for implementation of circular economy. What you will get from circular economy? You will get the resource efficiency in your organization. What is resource efficiency? The resources, the raw material, the energy, the water, whichever you are utilizing, you will get more return on the investment of those raw materials. You will have a reverse logistics system, and the whole system should be a closed loop system. And those thinking that circular economy is not for MSME, you change your mindset. Rather, you think that I have to do something by adopting circular economy. It is easy, it is very much possible, and you will get the benefit out of it. And some of the friends here, they have already started adopting circular economy. You can talk to them what benefit they have achieved. I am sure
that there are a lot of benefits which you will achieve if you do circular economy implementation in your unit. But the first thing, what you have to do, you have to understand what is circular economy. You have to understand how the circular economy concepts can be implemented into your process. Don't worry whether you can adopt circular economy throughout all the processes. Not necessary. You start with one and then progress one by one. And you know that one very important thing, all MSME, you waste lot of material. The process waste, many of you don't consider that this is a resource. The rejected material, many of you don't consider that this can be recycled or this can be reused or this can be taken into the logistics, reverse logistics. So please, take care of each of the paisa which you are investing in your raw material, which you are investing in your resources like electricity, machine time, manpower, water, and so many other things. And you start calculating from day onwards when you start your circular economy implementation. I am quite sure at the end of 6 to 7 months time, because it needs some gestation period, you will definitely get some positive sign which will help you in adapting more and more circular economy in the system. You know that Government of India since 2014, number of initiatives which has taken by, like from 2016, 6 rules related to waste management. Waste management doesn't mean only the municipal waste. Waste management means waste at your factory. We have revamped and we have had a new rule in 2016. Plastic waste, e-waste, industrial waste, solid waste, and many other things. E-waste, what we are doing? We have EPR, Extended Producer Responsibility. The manufacturer who is creating pollution, he is responsible for that. Very recently, last week in Washington, what they have done, if you purchase any bottle, after you use that bottle, you come with that bottle in any of the shops, you give it that this is my bottle, you take it. And in India, it will be coming very soon. So there must be always some benefit, monetary benefit in circular economy. Otherwise, why should I? I have a responsibility of protecting environment, establishing sustainable development, but more importantly, you have to also look into what is my benefit, what is the benefit of the society. And I'll not take much time, only one thing. Kindly think of reducing the consumption and change the consumption pattern personally in your factory and also the production. If you have 5 sub-processes in a production process, reduce it to 3. You will see that there are leakages which taking place in your factory without knowing. You don't know, but your leakages are taking place. So as a matter of fact, do you think that circular economy is necessary for all of you? Yes or no? Yes. Excellent. In my word, circular economy is the way of life today. You cannot avoid this. Like the breakfast, you cannot avoid the breakfast for a long time. Maybe one day, maybe 2 days. And after third, you will feel hungry that I need breakfast. The similar thing, circular economy throughout the world. And today, I request all of you, because you know that we are spending the whole day, and my friends from different countries have come in physical mode, and also in the post-lunch, there will be number of friends from different countries who have implemented circular economy will be online. I'm quite sure you'll get benefit out of it. But today, I'll request all of you to take an oath for the implementation of circular economy. I do it in most of my programs. So, if you all agree, I request all of you to please stand up. This is your commitment from today. And let us take an oath, please. And what I'll read, please spell it. Today, on the 9th February 2024, I hereby taking an oath that I will try to understand the circular economy that will help my organization to implement circular economy wherever is possible, to increase resource efficiency and to make sustainable development in the industrial sector, taking the environmental protection. Thank you very much. So please keep this in mind that you have taken an oath on the day of this program, and don't forget it. Make your people aware and start circular economy.
Now we will start the technical session 3 panel discussion, the role of circular economy in sustainable business and innovation in adoption of circular economy by MSME. We have the panelists online, Mr. Kovacs Joseph from ZF for Bioplastics, Hungary, Dr. Christian J. Engelsen, Chief Scientist, Sintef, Norway, Dr. Gustavo R. C. Pozzetti, Research and Innovation Head, Water and Sanitation Company of Paraná State, Brazil, Ms. Miho Hayashi, the Program Manager of IGES, CCET, Japan, Dr. Rene V. Verkel, formerly from UNIDO, now in Thailand, Mr. Tony Ong, Chief Operating Officer of Magic Falcon Limited, Hong Kong, Dr. Francesco Di Maria, University of Perugia, Italy, Dr. David O. Olukanni, Dean, College of Engineering, Covenant University, Nigeria, and Miss Valerie C. Quech, Environmental Project Specialist in Environment Institute of Kenya. Along with them, we have the panelists who were the speaker in person, Mr. M. Marawe from Russia, S. Kumar Sena from Sri Lanka, J. Veerasinghe from Cambodia, and Pankaj Kumar Panijar from Nepal. So now I request all the panelists online will speak for 3 minutes on the issue, and then we will go for the open house discussion. Now Mr. Kovacs Joseph will speak for 3 minutes. Over to Kovacs. Thank you.
That is the innovation of the ecosystem, the innovation of the business, the social innovation, and the essential elements of the competitiveness. That's what I'm working as a PhD student. We have a quite huge background, if I can say that. We have a lot of previous researches with an SMEs. It was considered, it was focusing on the pyrolysis technology like almost 30 years from now. It started with the mixed plastics to energy production conversion, and it's continued with bioplastic. And now, some years ago, like 6 years ago, we are working with the sewage sludge project, how to convert the sewage sludge to different kind of product. In this case, it is the biochar. We also have some background researches because the most important thing that I'll say comparison between the two applied technologies, like the composting and an alternative way, it's the pyrolysis. We had some lots of documents and research papers, like the problem presentation, the increasing amount of sewage sludge, the plans, the management question, the targets, the technical details, and there are a lot of further aims. And it consists the topic of our lecture now, which is about the root cause analysis. Okay, the main core is to find some kind of answer. If we have an alternative technology, like we could turn the sewage sludge into some kind of a product like biochar, why don't we use, what are the main obstacles which is in the front of us if you want to use as an SME? What are the obstacles that you could determine us that are considering our goals in the circular economy? Okay, first of all, some basic pictures about the sewage sludge. Yes, we all know that the problems is that it contains microorganisms, it's a metabolic product, it is very, very concentrated, infectious, high water content, difficult to handle, difficult to apply as a secondary raw material, difficult to turn back into the circular systems. But you still have a dry matter which contains a lot of organic material which could be used as a plant nutrition. In Hungary, it is a massive problem. It could mean more than 1.25 million tons yearly, annually, and it's increasing. Okay, I know Hungary is a small country. This kind of volume is not too much according to the Indian standards, but in our case, it is a lot. It's a massive amount. What we are using, it's an alternative technology what we have developed. It is the pyrolysis, or could be called thermolysis, thermocatalytic decomposition, and so on, which is all based the same technology. It is a pyrolysis. What we have developed previously is the different kind of influence of the technological application, which is the water content, the material type, what kind of material could use, the technical details, the degradation temperature, and so on and so on. But there are a lot of other facts that could be an obstacle when we are using this kind of technology in kind of managing this innovation. And we have to consider all of them as a production, because how can we say that we are sustainable, we are green, we are responsible? How to define this kind of activity, and how could we turn it as a product, and we can say, yes, we are green, we are circular, we are just considering we are responsible for the environment.
Yeah, Kovacs, you have to stop now. Please, Kovacs. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, maybe you can take half a minute more.
It's more than enough for me. Thank you very much. So in the PhD course that we have done, we consider all of these aspects, assuming this in different type of diagrams. You can show it here in this slide. And if you are interested, if anyone is interested as an SME to apply this kind of technology of pyrolysis and producing a biochar put it on the market, please inform me, and I'm ready to send you all kinds of details and all kinds of presentations about that, and probably should make some kind of entrepreneurship considering the circular economy in the SMEs. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. In fact, I could not introduce Mr. Joseph. Mr. Kovacs Joseph, he is from ZF4 Bioplastics in Budapest, Hungary, and he has expertise on pyrolysis of different types of waste, including sludge. And now I request Christine, because Tony has to leave because he has the China lunar period or something like that. So with your permission, I request Tony Wong to make the presentation. He is the Chief Operations Officer, Magic Falcon Limited, Suen Wan, Hong Kong. So now over to Tony. Over to Christian. He is one of the very famous scientist and the implementer in Norway. You have 3 minutes to speak first.
Thank you, Professor Saddam. I'm going to make a brief presentation. I was told to spend 5 minutes, so I prepared a brief presentation about potential products that is coming out of construction and demolition waste, which you can see here consists of everything that is coming out of construction, rehabilitation and demolition of buildings and structures, and it's a very diverse solid waste stream, which is one of the largest in each and every country throughout the world. And the heavy part is typically not utilized in a sound and high recycling manner. You can see the figures here, and obviously we have been working in India as well, where C&D waste generation is very high, almost the same as in Europe if you take the highest estimates. So that means that with advanced technology, like you see here, this is the largest plant in Europe for construction and demolition waste, located in Norway, is able to retrieve clean materials and produce recycled aggregates with excellent properties. So that can be produced with, of course, today's technology, also in India, available. We have demonstrated this for the past 25 years in Norway, and we are, of course, thanks to Norwegian government and collaboration with Central Public Works departments and Ministry of Urban Development. We have been working in India for many years and try to assist and convey a message when it comes to recycling of C&D waste and what the potential is. You can see here we have published this in relevant channels, which is in this case Indian Concrete Journal. This is a full-scale test in 2022 where this concrete floor is consisting of 50% recycled aggregate from C&D waste in the sand fraction, which is above BIS limits, today's BIS limit, just as a showcase to show what the potential is. We have worked with Godrej when it comes to demonstrating what the CO2 potential is with these recycled concrete blocks compared to these conventional blocks without recycled aggregates. We are taking them to special laboratories at SINTEF and measured the CO2 uptake due to the aging of concrete and carbonation. Okay, so the products out of recycled C&D waste is, as shown, recycled aggregates for ready-mix concrete, concrete products, road construction, and cement paste as the binder in cement-based product, actually as a cement replacer, which is the new thing ongoing in Europe today, and also recycled cement paste as cement clinker in cement clinker production as carrier and as a calcium and silicon carrier. We have done some estimations, and we see that in India the saving of environmental damage cost is huge. Also significant CO2 reduction due to reduced transport, due to CO2 binding, etc. We have also done some calculations there with assumption of certain recycling levels, and there is still need for massive focus due to the enormous waste volume that will be generated in India towards 2030. Around 170 million houses within 2030 is estimated for the Indian scenario. So
Christian, can you stop it now? We will come back again during the session, question answer session.
I have only one slide.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So this is why we will continue with this Indo-Norwegian collaboration until 2026, and we are still working with Central Public Works Department, CPWD. Okay, thank you.
Now I request Dr. Gustavo Rafael Correri Possetti.
Because he's from Brazil, and Gustavo, I'm very happy that in the very early morning you could attend this panel discussion. Thank you very much on behalf of FOSMI.
He is the Research and Innovation Head, Water and Sanitation Company of Paraná State, Brazil. So over to Posset. Gustavo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor. It's a pleasure to stay here with you. The idea here is introduce something about an utility that supports 11 million people distributed in more than 300 cities in Paraná State, Brazil. And the circular economy is extremely important for us. And the idea here is discuss specifically for developing countries the sanitation problem and transforming the conditions in order to generate sustainable value. For that approach, we need to observe the SDGs, and we need to observe what type of things we can do with the raw sewage in order to convert the biogas in energy, in order to convert the liquid phase in reuse water, or in order to convert the sludge in a byproduct with a high value. Of course, this type of things is extremely important in a utility similar to Sonepar. We emit per year more than 1,000 tons of CO2 equivalent. And that's why we need to observe our technology. Today, we have more than 200 plants using USB reactors and producing day by day the biogas, for example, and producing the sludge day by day. So that's why we need other options associated with the byproducts. For example, we can send the sludge treated for the farmers. In the last years, we sent more than 300 tons of sludge for small farmers here in Brazil. Of course, we are improving this technique in order to produce, for example, organic materials, or improving a vaccine in order to improve the productivity for the farmers. We are studying different types of technologies, and the thermal dryer system sounds good for us. We test different types of technologies in small scale, rotary dryers, flash dryers, microwaves for that purpose, and we are using, for example, the sludge in order to produce pavers. But after these specific conditions, today we have a big scale plant operating and producing day by day more than 5 tons per hour of moist sludge, transforming in ash and using for that purpose the biogas. By the way, associated with the biogas, today we have all the measures associated with that. We know the quantities and the quality of the biogas. We know the behaviors associated with that. We establish the standards. We know the strategy to recover the biogas from the liquid phase. And today we have a software, a free software to estimate very well the quantities and to estimate the potential to recover the biogas. We are studying in details the possibility to introduce the upgrading of the biogas in order to improve the quality, and in the end of this process, we can obtain the biomethane, the liquid CO2, and based on that, we can use different types of routes, alternatives to the electrolyzers, and we can produce the renewable hydrogen, and we have very, very interesting projects in this area. So this approach is extremely important for small and middle cities. We have opportunities for different types of companies, and if we are interested in discuss something about cooperation, we believe a lot in innovability and innovation and sustainability for anyone. And if you have time, stay with us here in November in Brazil in order to discuss in detail this perspective associated with small systems and research-oriented sanitation. Thank you very much for your attention. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Gustavo, for a very clear picture on water and sludge management. So now we have a speaker from Japan, Miss Miho Hayashi. She is the program manager, IGES, Center Collaboration with UNEP on Environmental Technologies. Hayashi, are you there? Yeah, I can see you, but please
yes,
make your...
I am here. I am here. Thank you very much.
Share your PPT. Thank you. You have 3 minutes time to present first. Please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me share the screen. Thank you very much for your introduction. My name is Miho Hayashi. I'm a program manager under the Sustainable Consumption and Production Unit from IGES. So today I'm going to talk about some, of course, the circular economy, but most of the companies, not only in Japan, but many countries, they focus on the recycling. And I would like to emphasize the circular economy is not only recycling, not only 3R, it's a wider concept. You know, as many of you have already seen this diagram, this is called the butterfly diagram. Let me use the pointer. Yeah. Many companies focus on this recycling process or development of the recycling technology. But there are so many things that we can do under this circular economy concept. So what is lacking is basically the one company is trying to do with something in order to promote the circular economy within their own operation. And what's important in circular economy is the how to look at the resource from the life cycle approach, meaning that we have to look at from the production or even the purchase of the resource to the production and the consumption up to disposal as a like value chain. So what companies should do is a collaborative actions among diverse companies and the sectors across the value chain. And then the circular economy is not something constrained, but as many of you already mentioned, that the circular economy is an opportunity for growth. So in order to fully enjoy the circular economy and also see or promote this activity, in Japan, we established JFORCE, Japan Partnership for Circular Economy. If you want to know more about this, you can go to this website, and this has a more detailed information. So this partnership was established in 2021 by 3 entities, including Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Economy, and Japan Business Federation. As of now, almost like nearly 200 companies and organizations already participated. So what we do is to exchange their activities related to circular economy, and they also exchange a concern. And also because government agency also there, so we sometimes provide the recent update about the regulation and the policy development from the government side and also the company side. So I just play a role of Secretariat of JFORCE, and we would like to expand this network towards the other countries as well. So those who are interested in this JFORCE platform, please contact us. As I showed you the butterfly graph diagram, you see here, I am going to talk about the other circle, which is, smaller than the recycle circle. Better to do this smaller cycle than the bigger cycle. That's the basic concept of the circular economy. So Mercari is a Japan-based e-commerce platform. It's the kind of flea market on the smartphone. So flea market is usually common practice in many developing countries, and I also enjoy, going to the flea market, buying cheap products, used products. So this became the digital, e-commerce platform. And in this Mercari, maybe you might have heard of this company. It's established in 2013, but it became a unicorn. It has 20 million monthly users with over 3 million items listed on the platform. I am also the frequent user, and I become seller and I become buyer too. So I enjoy using this like an eBay type of things, but in Japan. They also expanded in Europe or America. So I think they become a more global business sector.
All right, Hayashi, we'll come back.
Yes, another. This is the last case. But we already talked about the biogas utilization from the food waste. Another case is Teralem Corporation, which is also based in Japan. So why this company succeeded is because they put the plant biogas facility in the metropolitan Tokyo area where they can collect a lot of food waste, and then they can also find the users of the electricity which is generated from biogas. So they already concerned about who is a buyer and who is a seller, and then they can make a business. So they also utilize the liquid from the byproducts from the biogas generation, and then this liquid has a lot of nutrition, and that make it dry and then sell it to the farmers in Hokkaido. So
All
by
right,
doing that,
Hayasi,
they
you
they
can now
make.
stop. We will come back to you again during the question
No,
answer
this
session.
this this is
Thank
the
you.
last one.
Thank you.
Thank you
All right.
very much.
Thank you very much. So you made a nice points on the energy from Food OS. I can see Ola Tukumbo, the HOD Civil Engineering from Covenant University, Nigeria. Thank you, Kulato.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. So now I request Dr. Rene van Bekel. He was the UNIDO representative in India from UNIDO, and now he from Vienna, Austria, and now he is associated to many of the universities in Thailand. So now over to Rene.
Thank you, Professor Ghosh, and good afternoon to all. Yes, I am representing Thammasat University from Bangkok and also working with the EU on the switch program on circular economy in ASEAN region. So my point is basically that we, for circular economy to become a reality, we have to shift gears from waste management to changing it to an innovation strategy. And this is very much echoes to the previous point of Mehu. I think that there's no discussion that circular economy is the right concept and people are intuitively associated with it. But once it comes to implementation, we get a large degree of diffusion of what people want to do and what is needed, and that is really is of concern that hampers action. And we see that many people are now looking at the circular economy as the next level of sustainable waste management and innovating towards from the 3 R's to 9 R's to include remanufacturing, refurbishment, and other practices. But the main point is that if the circular economy, there is no waste, so waste is not the right starting point for circular economy, and that is why there is so much interest in the MSME segment, certainly if we see in ASEAN, but also elsewhere, to see that we approach circular economy as an innovation strategy, and an innovation strategy that is basically contextualized not only in the context of waste management, so dealing with the accumulation of pollution, but also in the context of dealing with biodiversity and nature challenges and the climate change. So basically addressing, innovating out of the triple planetary crisis of climate change, loss of nature, biodiversity, and pollution. So this is starting to happen. We are working within ASEAN to see could we get to some more principles-based approach to circular economy, which would basically say it's the innovation out of the triple planetary crisis, which I just mentioned, and then it's about 3 resource efficiency strategies. Firstly, to use resources efficiently because we have many opportunities where waste and materials are still being wasted. There's plenty of opportunities, as we showed also in MSMEs in India, on energy efficiency, water efficiency, material efficiency. Then there's the issue of resource circularity, so recovering textile waste, putting it back into garments, or recovering PET bottles and putting it into t-shirts and sports shirts. And also the substitution to renewable materials and renewable energies. We have in the past emphasized, for example, for solar process heating and related ones. Then the third guiding principle is basically one which emphasizes more that this is a responsible business practice. We see too many examples of circular economy where we romanticize recycling and then basically we offload the responsibility of dealing with waste management, and the community might be exposed to hazardous components which are in waste. So we need to address this with integrity and responsibility. Then another one is that the innovation doesn't happen in isolation. We also heard that from Mohi. So we need to see at co-creation in the supply chains to develop new products and emphasize also on the design of products. So not just innovation in terms of research and development, but also products which are smartly designed and operating them. And then as the last item, I think, for the circular economy is that, of course, we are aiming for net benefit also in terms of job creation, social impacts, and economic impacts. So that is a commercial benefit. But I would contest that circular economy is a sustainable development concept, that it does the triple bottom line. It is primarily about dealing efficiently with resources. We see many examples in ASEAN where these principles are applied, where textile waste is recycled, where organic waste is turned in biochar, and we invested in nature and so on, and this is being documented. I think there is a keen interest from Switch Asia, the EU program, to also expand to South Asia on working on circular economy, documenting examples where businesses, particularly MSMEs, are leading the way on innovating for the circular economy. So with that, I leave it as my first introduction. Back to you, Professor Ghosh. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Van Berkel. Now I request Mr. Tony Wong from Hong Kong. Are you still there, Tony? Tony. Okay. Let us go to now Francesco Di Maria from Italy. Francesco? I can see him. All right. Then I'll request David O. Olukanni, Doctor. He is the Dean College of Engineering, Covenant University, Nigeria.
My name has been mentioned. I am David from Covenant University, and the title, as we have on the screen, Role of Circular Economy in Sustainable Business and Innovation by MSEs. I'm looking at it from the educational institution perspective, and I'm taking our university as a case study on the subject of circular economy. I have a few slides to show here at the beginning, then I will quickly show you a video clip, which is just about 2 minutes, just to make the point straight for everyone, and we can adopt this in our respective institution, because that is the way to drive, inclusiveness of every person to participate in the program of circular economy. If you look at it, I have this outline as explained. The population of Nigeria currently over 220 million people, and we generate a lot of waste. And these are most time disposed inappropriately, but government is working hard, and respective institutions are also working hard to making sure that this waste are appropriately channeled, and for the 3 R's, reuse, recycle, and also the others. For quick statistics, I know we are all familiar with statistics about Nigeria, and these are some of the few things you can take note about our country in terms of population and other geographical statistics. Several factors influencing solid waste collection in Nigeria are the things I've had on the screen. And if you look at the third one, economic status of individuals, among others, are the reason, for which culminate into the generation of waste. Solid waste generated in Nigeria, look at it in terms of different percentages. If you look at it from A to I, plastic is one that I will be centering even my presentation on, based on also what we generate in my university as a case study. The large volume of waste being generated in the country presents circular economic business opportunities across the waste management value chain. And this should be properly harnessed for job/wealth creation, with the establishment of micro, small, and medium scale enterprises, the private sector, investment, and including foreign director investment, among others. If you look at this, we are expected to have a material recovery facility, which is still upcoming. We have a lot of electronic waste being generated, pest recycling for industry, and a host of others. You can see this in most of our, drainages. In some places, not everywhere in Nigeria to be precise, but if you see some places where you have some drainage, you see all these kinds of things. So how do we tap into these resources and make use of them? And this, I put on my thinking cap, that it is then appropriate to mobilize global communities and invest in science, exploration, innovation. Yes.
David, you have to stop now.
Yeah, 1 second, please.
Yeah, you have to stop now. We'll come back to you again.
Okay. This is very important, please.
All right. All right, go ahead. Is this in your university?
Yes.
Very excellent. Very good. Yeah, I can see some of my friends there in the photo.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate my HOD also to be on this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we are happy to see the good initiative in your university.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, I don't think that from Indonesia, Mrs. Tuti Handrawati is here. Are you here? No. Then the next will go to Miss Valerie C. Quech. She is the environmental practice specialist, Environmental Institute of Kenya. Valerie, yeah. If you have any presentation, you beg it, or otherwise you can be the extempore on your subject. Go ahead.
Thank you, Prof. My name is Valerie Koech. I'm an environment project specialist from Kenya. Kenya is in East Africa, and it has a population of around 50 million people. A lot has been said, and I know I have little time, so I'll go straight to the challenges we are experiencing in Kenya. We have a low technology absorption, and another challenge is we have sanitation and water issues, water and sanitation challenges. Another issue is most children are involved in collection of waste in the dumping sites. We have a largest dumping site called Dandora. So their children's rights are affected as they collect the waste and sort at the landfills. Also, we have a challenge of climate change and global warming through the methane emissions from the dumping sites. We also have opportunities to these challenges presented by the waste through circular economy. We will contribute if we tackle it through circular economy by contributing to multilateral environment agreements like the SDGs and the conventions on waste management. We also have opportunities for food processing technologies and recycling plants in Kenya, and also energy to waste. We also have employment opportunities by the youth and women. We also have we currently have the Sustainable Solid Waste Management Act of 2022, which has the Extended Producer Responsibility Regulation of 2023 that is coming to be enforced in Kenya. Even though we have challenges of coordination of the policies, it is an opportunity to implement it.
All right, Valerie, for this time, you please stop, then we will come back again from the question answer session, right? So all of the panelists, we heard from them for 3 to 4 minutes. Now I request our guests from Russia, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, and Nepal to please take your seat here on the dais, and we will have the open house panel discussion now. So now I invite all of, please. Now I invite all of you to please come forward with the questions to any of the panelists, including the 4 panelists over here. Please. Yeah, any question, please? All right. Then, yeah. Anybody? So, in fact, then
Hello.
I will initiate some question for all of you.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
please.
waste management, the main issue with the technology, along with that, the fund needed to start a business. Like MSME, we get a lot of loans. If we have any kind of ideas or any new technologies or any startups on waste management, so how do we manage to get some fund, because the banks and they are very much not eager to produce, because waste management is not at all a very big profitable until and unless government helps us. So how do you propose that startups like us who are facing a lot of problems regarding the technologies and fund, how can we have some, if you put some light?
This question cannot be answered by any of the panelists here because they are from other countries. So as far I know, that you know that government of India has Swachh Bharat mission, and there are a lot of funds for startup on waste management. And moreover, you can also come up out with your proposal to either FOSMI, President is here, or MSME Directorate, right? He was there, no? The director is here, and also the central government agency, they're here. So they will give you the detail on whatever your expectation and whatever you want. So you please visit them and you will get your idea. Okay, thank you. Yeah, anybody else, please. Okay, so you know that for all the panelists, including the 4 speakers, we heard several stories of getting benefit out of the implementation of circular economy. So on behalf of all, I request all the panelists, including the 4 here, kindly identify 3 major important points for MSME to implement circular economy. Don't take much time, just point out 3 important points to be remembered and to be executed by the MSME for circular economy implementation. If I go to Rene van Werkel first, because he has been working for a long time when he was in UNIDO with different sizes and types of industries. So Rene, kindly answer it first, please.
Yes, thank you. So you put me on the spot, but that's okay. I think that circular economy includes, first of all, looking at how you can be more efficient. And efficiency in materials, energy, and water and materials is a part of the circular economy, and this is a no-brainer. It's everywhere cost saving. So this is an immediate cost saving opportunity. I think that there is also opportunity for breaking into new markets. So, but this is a bit dependent on what product you have and for which market you propose. And I think this is also a little bit in response to the question from the audience, that we need to look at. We can say we need just money for a startup business, but do we have a business plan? Do we know who's the first person who should buy our product, our recycled product, and these strategies? So I think there's a lot of potential, and we also worked with that on the clean tech programs in India for this mentoring and coordinating and making sure that we have the right business plan for startup ventures on waste management. And the third one, I think it's the one on responsibility and liability. So dealing with proactive with your waste streams, your material flows will help you to deal with the extended producer responsibility, with dealing with your overseas buyers and so on. So, but first of all, I think cost savings. So if you don't know where your materials are, where your energy is going, where your water is going, you're likely to lose out economic benefits. And this is the starting point for any MSME to start on the circular economy. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. So I request all the online panelists to please open your camera so that our people know each other, so that sometime you will meet and they can identify, oh, we have heard you. Thank you. So the next point I like to ask Christian, because you have been also working with many industries in India as well as Norway. So what is your 3 points for MSME to start circular economy?
Yeah, okay. I always, when you're talking about circular economy, I'm talking about circularity in material streams. And my professional field is C&D waste and solid waste. And first point is when you are producing a recycled product, you need to have a quality focus. We see very much that quality is not asked for, and it actually stops. It's a huge bottleneck, which we, by the way, are focusing in India in our second phase of our project. Enforcement of regulation, it's all the runner. It's valid for C&D waste as well as other waste recycling waste streams. So that is very important. If there is no enforcement, there is it will not be a regulated or a developed market for it. And of course, cost efficiency as a third point. When you are dealing with quality focus, it increases in part some cost impose some cost of your production of your recycled product, but that has to be in a balance with the cost efficiency. And as a 3A and 3B, the 3B point must be to build up a demand for environmental documentation especially in India, because this is coming as in tender, etc. all over the world. 1/3 of the bid should focus on the environmental benefits and should be weighted in the open tendering rounds for maybe 1/3. 1/3 is a solution, 1/3 is environmental benefit, and 1/3 is the price. That kind of demand need to come.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, Brazil has a lot of similarity with India. So I like to ask Gustavo to please identify 3 points for the MSME to start circular economy. Maybe in your area, water.
It's simple, Professor Sadhan. The first one, knowledge man. The second one, mindset. And the most important thing, cooperation.
Excellent.
It's only to increase and to continue with that. We are open for that here in Brazil. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Excellent, excellent. So any other panelists want to respond to this point? Any other panelists to respond to this point? Yes or no?
Possibly, if there is,
You can
if
just,
there's an opportunity.
yeah. Joseph.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you very much. I think what is most important, one of the most important things when we
I don't allow you to speak without camera.
I'm sorry, I don't have camera at all at the computer.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry
Go
for
ahead,
that.
Joseph.
Really sorry for
All
that.
right, go ahead.
This is one of the problems that we are facing with it is the waste, and the problem is of the waste that it is a waste. That we have to think a different way. That it is a secondary raw material first of all. It must be consistent because it as an input material, it has an effect on all of our activities. Considering the activities in the next step, we should have a technology, an idea, a service that we apply, and this is called how we manage it, and this is called the innovation management. And it's not only a technical thing, but we also need to have a proof that yes, we are green, we are better, we are considering environmental goals, and probably the very good basics for that, how to symbolize this. This is a simple test. This is an LCA. This is a carbon footprint analysis about our technology and investments and the product. And yes, it is a product. We are entrepreneurs. We are managers. We are small and medium-sized enterprises. What we need at the end of the day, anyway, it's a profit. So we need to have a profitable product.
Sure. Thank you. Now
Thank
I
you,
request all the four speakers here to give your views that what are the 3 points for MSME to start CE. Please, Jana.
Yeah, actually, I will give one. I will tell you one practical thing to start from today. Once you go back to your factory or your premises, just do a waste mapping. There are 2 ways to do it. First, you start from the production until to your production end, and you can find out what type of waste is coming out of your production lines. Or either you just go to your dustbin and see what's in there. Very simple. You will have a thorough idea what type of waste that you are generating. Then do a quantification per week, per month, how many of this type of waste is generating. Next stage, then we will find out alternatives. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
Thank you. First of all, if the government of the country creates all the necessary base for support for those companies who produce some things, some materials with secondary resources, you will get the benefits from these measures of support. It's first. Second, of course, it's export opportunities. For example, for organic fertilizers, for fertilizers outside India and inside India, because you know that not far from India, there is a country who demands such fertilizers. It's for organic fertilizers. And of course, it must be there support from the government. And the third thing is the situation that we must understand that we must save our planet for next generation. It's also medium and small MSME must think about it too. So these three main points.
Thank you. Pankaj.
Yeah, thank you. So just to look around, I agree with Janaka what he said. Keeping environment as a center point, you see around and keep yourself as an accountable of your every actions and inactions that you do in your business, in your industry. Once you identify the core things in your industries or in your business, what I am wasting and what can be recovered from there and how I am going to save cost on that. And that's supposed to be the direct benefit, while indirect benefit is enormous. You are saving the environment. That's the key point I think MSME can start looking at this moment, from this moment. Okay, thank you.
Most of the time we try to start circular economy with the material flow. Basically, still, if we are based on material flow based circular economy models, still we should not forget this source reduction is the priority. So therefore, having identified the waste sources, then we have to think about cleaner production techniques by which we can prevent the waste. So then, because upcycling opportunities are limited, so downcycling doesn't pay off like you make the original product. So therefore, source reduction is the first. Next thing, now, when we come to within the organization improvement opportunities, it has been improved in last 2-3 decades. In Sri Lanka also, the waste generation levels 20 years ago when we start our NCPC clean production activities. So it was much higher than today. Today it has been quite reduced. So therefore circular economy opportunities are very much in the supply chains, because so organizational level optimization is taken off. So therefore developing the supply chain partnerships is a key in innovating novel business models. The third thing I would like to mention is we should not limit to material flow based circular economy models. We can go for system approach. So replacement of products with services, circular subscription systems. So enormous examples are there globally, success stories. So therefore, I think the business can be converted overnight sometimes into a new business approach, novel business approach based on so many success stories there it has happened. Yes, thank you.
More or less understand what you wanted to say. Yeah. So the next question from on behalf of FOSMI members to the panelists. Do you think that implementation of circular economy in MSME is very tough? So, I mean, you are not to say anything, but only you raise your hand that who supports that circular economy implementation in MSME is very tough. You can raise your hand. Okay. Nobody says that it is tough. So you all, no, not from you. I'm asking the experts. Okay. And what's about you? Do you think that CE implementation in MSME is very tough?
Can I say something?
Now I request all of you to please respond by raising your hand that circular economy is easy to implement in MSME. Who raise hands? Among the panelists, do you think that the implementation of circular economy in MSME is easier?
I
What's
think,
with
sorry,
you?
but I cannot just raise my hands, but I think it's pretty tough. Pretty tough. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So in fact, you know that it is not tough, but it is not very easy also. So in that way, what we have to do, I mean, the previous questions to the panelists gave us the answers. Like what we said, identify the leakages, any resources, government support, check whether any government support is there or not. Expert services, don't start immediately. Learn what is CE, how to go about, because you know that the CE implementation in different types and different sizes of business is totally different. Funding, of course, the very and most important, and it should come on the top, is change your mindset. Understand the CE and know what is needed. Be sure about its benefit. Savings cost, how much it can be, and potential savings. Cooperation and collaboration with other organizations or other agencies. This is very important. Like circular economy, you know that someone told that secondary raw material. We are also preparing one standard in ISO for utilization of secondary raw material and its standard. Because in circular economy, you have a product, it has an end of life. So at the end of life of a product, for its intended use, when it is over, then we call it as waste. But circular economy tells that this waste has to be fit to utilize in a second manufacturing process. And we call that as secondary raw material. So factory A, if it is considered as a waste, that it is of no use, factory B, they are very happy by getting that raw material. And Mr. Bhattacharya is one of the best example for that. Some of the process waste is utilized in another process as a raw material. So in that way, this is the way, unless and otherwise you have a good collaboration, you cannot do it. Somebody is throwing it away. Instead of throwing it away, they will sell it to you as a raw material. And alternatives, alternative raw material, alternative sources, alternative energy like solar energy or renewable energy, and cleaner production technique, improvement opportunity, and the supply chain sustainability. These are some of the points which have come from the panelists to start implementation of circular economy. So Now it is at the end of this session. So if you have any other question, the last question we can take up, otherwise we will close the session.
Can you take one from here? Hello, Prof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just taking the old, sorry about that. Please, can you give him water?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Yeah, just take water first.
Okay. Please tell us.
Yes, you are fine now. I can now speak. I'm saying that, So I'm saying that looking at it at the grassroots level, when we look at the MSMEs, because you've talked about the government, playing a role and all interlinkages between organizations. But coming to the grassroots level, you realize that there are key points to be identified even by operators. And one thing that is very important is to first understand the flow pattern of the waste that is being generated, and much more understand what are the resources that can be recovered. And for all the people at the grassroots level, they want to identify which markets can they, transfer this material to in order to get the money, because they all live daily by what they earn. So if we go through other higher levels of operations, they may not be able to make that, return as expected. So I would say also we identify what can be done at the grassroots level. So which other panelists may be able to speak to? Thank you.
You're right. You are right. And the last question to Hayashi, because you know that we all respect the attitude, behavior of the Japanese industries, whether it is small or big. So do you have any point for the SMEs to implement circular economy? Hayashi.
Yes. You posed the previous question, if it's easy to do a circular economy or in an SME. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. So even the small company, for example, they do digitalization to visualize the quantity of the waste or resources. So they have to sell that technology to supplier and also the waste, the recyclers as well. So they connect those company, digitalization company, connect the supplier and then the waste. I mean, upstream and then the bottom, it's a lower stream. So they are also playing a big role in this kind of, circular economy. So even though it's a small company, if they have some creative idea, they can make it business. Yeah.
That's right. Innovation is another point for those SMEs. Yeah, good. So do you have any other point to say? No? You? Okay. So thank you very much, all the panelists from different countries, for your contribution. Oh, Mr. Mukherjee, please.
Hello. So this is for all the panelists who have joined online and those who are here listening to you all. On behalf of FOSMI, I would just like to thank your presence, because I just checked on the time across the world. So Hungary is 11:30 a.m., Norway is 11:30, Brazil is 7 a.m., Japan is 7 a.m. This is half an hour prior data. Thailand is 5 p.m., Hong Kong 6 p.m., Italy 11, Nigeria 11 a.m., Indonesia 5 p.m., Kenya 1 p.m., Russian Federation 1. So we have ranging from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I thank you very much for your kind support.
Thank you. Mr. Mukherjee made a nice statistics which can encourage all of us. Thank you very much for your support. And of course, we will request all of you to please support our Federation of Small and Medium-Sized Industries in Kolkata in India to help in implementation of circular economy. You know that you won't believe that today more than 150 people from different MSME sectors, they are attending this conference. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
May I now request our secretary Mr. A.K. Sengupta for his concluding remarks and vote of thanks.
Good evening, Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, our esteemed speakers, Mr. Vladimir Marev, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Panjiar, Mr. Samanta Kumar Sena, Mr. Janaka Vairasinghe, our President of FOSMI, Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, and ladies and gentlemen. The International Conference on MSME concluded with an ardent call to embrace the circular economy. Speakers highlighted MSME's vital role, urging collaborative efforts to reshape business models, reduce waste, and promote sustainability. The resolute commitment resonated as a beacon for a more resilient and eco-conscious economic future. As we wrap up this transformative international conference on MSMEs, embracing the circular economy, it is essential to express our heartfelt gratitude to all contributors who made this event an enlightening success. To our distinguished speakers, whether present in person or virtually, your insights have been the cornerstone of our discussions. Your expertise has not only illuminated the intricacies of MSMEs, but also provided a roadmap for navigating the circular economy. Each speaker's unique perspectives has added depth to our collective understanding. A special acknowledgement is owed to our diligent moderator, Sir Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, whose adept orchestration elevated the conference to new heights. Beyond skillfully steering the discussions, Professor Ghosh played a pivotal role in speakers' arrangement and coordinating with the speakers. Also meticulously designing the conference layout, his commitment to excellence has left an indelible mark on the event. We extend our sincere appreciation to our esteemed President, Mr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, our Vice Presidents, and our all Council members for their unwavering support and moral guidance. Your leadership has been instrumental in fostering an environmental and collaboration and innovation. One thanks you extend to all participants, both physically and virtual, for your active engagement and insightful contributions. It is your collective enthusiasm that has made this conference a dynamic platform for knowledge and exchange. Lastly, but certainly not least, our gratitude goes over to the individuals involved in the behind-the-scene efforts, the FOSMI Secretariat, volunteers, and support staff. Your dedication has been the driving force ensuring the seamless execution of this event. As we close the chapter, let us not just view it as an end, but as a new beginning. The insights gained and connections forged here will be undoubtedly rippled through the MSME landscape. Together, let us carry the torch of circular economy principles into the future, fostering sustainable growth. Even in the spirit of collaboration and progress, we thank you all for being a part of this remarkable journey. Until we reconvene, let's continue to embrace innovation and sustainability in the MSMEs. Thank you. Good night.
It was a whole day activity full of knowledge sharing, and it was a great takeaway for all the MSMEs. The beautiful part of the event was the oath-taking ceremony, where the members and the participants take an oath to adopt the circular economy in their respective organizations. Program ended with a very successful note, and the deliberation component of the speakers was well crafted by Professor Sadhan Ghosh, Director General Sustainable Development and Circular Economy of ISWMAW, who conducted the session considering the requirements of the MSMEs. The purpose of organizing the conference is to help the MSMEs to participate in the conference and to understand the upcoming concept of circular economy and how the concept can be introduced in their organization for sustainable development. The international speakers who joined the conference, both physically and virtually, shared their valued knowledge in a very simple way, which helped the participants, MSMEs, to understand the concept thoroughly. The various participants and experience shared by the speakers with practical references have made to understand the subject easily. Thus, references of adoption of circular economy in steel and cement plants, an example of reuse of waste in productive activities, found to be very interesting. The panel discussions with the speakers from countries like Brazil, Norway, Japan, Thailand, etc. have an extra flavor to the conference. Professor Ghosh have well moderated the session and were able to extract best speaker from the speakers through interactions. In nutshell, the conference was highly informative and have offered valuable insight into sustainable practices, which definitely create a competitive edge of MSMEs on today's global market. The conference also witnessed that each participant with open mind have taken oath for adoption of circular economy in their respective organizations, which is the silver lining of the conference. One of the principal factors stressed in the conference is the increase in productivity and profitability by adopting circular economy has been very successful protocol among the minds of the participating units in the conference. The conference ended with a lively question and answer session and with a very successful note, and approximately 150 MSMEs have participated in the conference and left with bag full of knowledge inside. Thank you all.